It's Friday. I'm Matthew Pate, and here's a little sequence on how to tie a lure called the fluffcat, an out-and-out lure for any still water across the country. So, first of all, hook and vise. This hook is a Hackle 900BL, good strong hook, a nice wide gape, and I find it best for the fluffcat. So, start off with your thread all the way down the shank, down to the bend of the hook, trim off your waist. Now what I did before we started the tie-in is I actually cut the zonker strip down the centre to half the width, which gives it more movement. So tie the tail on. Catch it nice and tight. Yep. Then what I do then is trim the tail to length. I always leave the tail a bit longer because basically you can trim it down to the side at the side of the water to suit. Then next material, crystal hackle, chartreuse. Catch it on top of the shank, catch it in, catch it all the way down to the base of the tail. Make sure you catch it in good. And basically what you do is wrap crystal hackle around the shank, stroking back all fibres going forward. What I normally tend to do is come halfway up the shank, give it a nice colour at the back of the fly and a trigger point. Catch off the crystal hackle. Trim away the waist. And stroke back all the fibres, trapping them all in. And lay a nice bed of thread down ready for your rabbit fur. Right. The next stage now is to get a tool. This is called a Matthew Pate tool. So what we're going to do, we're going to catch in fur in between these two. So pull the fur off the skin straight and then pull it into the groove of the tool, making sure all the fur is nice and straight off the tool. What you do then is trim off the excess and get the other part of the tool. This is what you grab hold of the fur with. Hold the fur, take out the fur, turn it around. And what you do then is you cut the skin off. Leaving the fur behind. What we do is sit this down for 1 second. What we need to do then is create a dubbing loop. So what I do is hold my finger just underneath the fly, over the top, and come round your thread, catch it in, and wrap back down to where you finished off with the fritz. Come back up to behind the eye. All you need now is called a spinning tool. You hook your spinning tool, onto your loop, making your loop, and you take the fur, place it inside the loop, take off, make sure all the fur is nice and straight, What you do then is spin your tool, making your fur rope. What I always do is use a toothbrush, get all the trap fibres out. So what you do now is make consecutive wraps around the body, pulling back the fur as you go. Make sure you get everything back and not caught in. This fly has been a really good fly for me over the last few months, especially during the winter months when the fish are chasing, and gives a lot of movement and a cracking pattern to have in your box. So see, you know, what I've done there is caught in a bit of fur, so I'll go back, always go back, always go back. Don't worry if you've caught in a little bit of fur, because you can get that at the end. So what you do then, when you got to that stage there and it's behind the eye of the hook, pull back some of the fur and catch in. At this point then, stroke everything going forward of the eye back. Catch in. Trim away your double loop. And then the fibres that you've caught in, just get your needle, double needle. Pull them out as best you can. Okay. At this point then, moisten your fingers a bit. Stroke everything going back, ready for your whip finish. There she is. You go in for your whip finish. Nice and tight. At this point now, what I do is I give the head a little bit of a varnish, not a lot, and then I take some red thread, finish off the head of the fly with a hot spot, a hot head. And same again, whip finish.
A huge HM Fly Fishing thank you to Matthew Pate, also to you guys, the viewers, because if it wasn't for your likes, your shares, your comments and your subscriptions, then we couldn't continue making fly days and all of our other content, which you can find over on hmflyfishing.co.uk. So until next time, catch you later.